boy, do we have a good one today. It's bedtime stories, bedtime stories. Welcome to my channel. It is bedtime stories. Today, we're talking about Jack and the Beanstalk. There's a lot of drama going on top of that beanstalk. Yeah. But first, welcome to my channel. It is me, Ursula E. And these are my philosophies in the mind of an INFJ. Now, talking about Jack and his beanstalk. This is not for kids. If you are a child, do not watch this video. Don't watch this video if you're a child. It's not for the kids. A lot of drama up in here. So, I was a fairy during this time. Yeah, I was a fairy. So once upon a time, there was Jack and Jack's mother. They were poor. They didn't have much at all. Jack, at this time, he was like, I think he was like in his early 20s or whatnot, and he was like really still living at home. Yeah, he was still living at home with his mother. And his mother was just trying to do it on her own. Really. They claim, in the child version that she was a widow, but we know what happened to the man in her world. Happens all the time. Yeah. Yeah. But on to the story. So one day she was really kind of panicking, and she was like really getting on Jack and all that because she felt that Jack should have been working by now. And Jack, he was just doing much of nothing. House potato. He go out sometime with the boys and all that, but he wasn't bringing any money in. No. So she had to do it on her own, but she was a woman. You know how we do. We got this. We could do this, but we do get stressed sometimes. So if we could get help, that's good. Help us out, okay? So one day, things got real bad. They had to sell the cow. It was the only cow that they had left, but they couldn't feed the cow. So she didn't want to cook the cows, but so she was gonna sell the cow and all that. She told Jack to take the cow to the market to sell it, and she said, "Get the best price, Jack. Get the best price. Don't go to the first one. Go to the second one and stuff like that. And if the first one was the best, then go around to the first. That's how you do it, Jack. That's what you do. Go sell this cow for me." So those are back in the days when people wasn't really doing much for women except for, the only thing that the women can sell. We don't have to go there. Hold on. Okay. We don't have to go there. Okay. So Jess said, okay, because she don't really got hard on him and all that. So he said, okay, I'll do this. So he went to go take the cow to the market to sell, but Jack didn't have it all straight up in here. He didn't, but he had this idea that his friends told him about trees. But he was just thinking about it, and they were saying how trees are on the beanstalk, right? Some magic beans or whatnot. But he didn't have no idea where to get some magic beans from. But he was taking a cow, and this man came up and offered him some magic beans for the cow. And, he knew he was supposed to get money for this cow, but the trees, he had the idea of the trees, because they said that if the man said if you was to inhale the trees, that it would take you to another world. And Jack was interested in that, inhaling those trees. What else could a boy do, huh? So he gave the cow to the man for these magic beans that he was hoping was gonna be a beanstalk. He ran back home to tell his mama he got the magic beans, but he didn't say anything about the trees. He was planning on selling trees. He felt he could get a lot of money by selling trees. But I was just a fairy. Back then, I ain't know nothing about trees. I don't think I know anything about trees now either. But okay, so his mama was very upset. She grabbed them beans and she just threw it in their garden, and she was very disappointed and told him that, you know what, I just get the heck out of my face. That's what she said. He went to his room. He sat there, and she didn't even cook him no meal that night. And but the next morning, the beanstalk was growing. It was like growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Y'all see, the beanstalk is like way past the clouds and everything. And he goes, "Oh golly, the trees is at the top of that beanstalk. I'm gonna climb up that beanstalk." And that's when I came into the store because I saw Jack trying to climb up the beanstalk, and I had to stop. I said, hold up, Jack. What are you doing? That thing looked dangerous." Yeah. And he said, I'm finna climb up this beanstalk to get some trees. And I was like, what in the world? What? Get some trees? He said, yeah. I'm like, why would you climb up that big thing just for trees? And he goes, because it's hard out here for a pimp. I said, what? He said, yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp. You're trying to get the money for the rent. I said, oh, I get it. For the Cadillac and gas money spent, make a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. He said, yeah. Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know? Got a whole lot of. You ain't know. You ain't know. Okay, so, yeah, so back to the story. So, I was then at that jerking away off that song, you know? But as I was doing that, Jack was pretty much up that beanstalk. Excuse my neighbors, y'all. Okay. Yeah, he was up that beanstalk to go get those trees. So when he got up to the top of the beanstalk, it looked like a whole nother world. Mm-hmm. It was a whole nother world up there. And he was like, wow. He saw a house, right? And he thought that maybe they the ones who owned the trees out there, and maybe instead of stealing the trees, that he would just ask for some of them. So he went and he knocked on the door of the house, and this lady came to the door. She was real big, and really everything on that world was kind of big, and Jack was kind of small. He was just a little bit afraid, but it was a woman, you know, and he know how to play with women. Oh, so she asked, like, what do you want? As though she see them all the time, you know. Maybe people have always climbed up big beanstalks, but he told her, you know, that he was hungry and all that, and was asking if she had something to eat. You know, he was kind of like gonna work his way up to talking about the trees and all that. She said, I got something for you to eat. He's like, good. So she opened the door for him, right? And then she go and instead of leading him to the table, she led him to the back one and opened them big old legs of hers and say, eat this. And Jack was like, whoa. He was so excited over the BBW. Yeah. Yeah. He was very excited over that, and he like in heaven. So like he was eating, and she like, oh, you got to hurry up because my husband come home. He might try to eat you. And he was really trying to get full off of the juices of this woman. And next thing you know, the husband was on his way. He was like, fee, fi, fo, thumb. I smell a human up in this place. I know that didn't rhyme, but Yeah. So um she said, hurry up, run, get into the oven. And stupid Jack, he went and he got into the oven and all that, and the her husband came and said, I smelled a human. And she, like, kind of just told him, I don't know what you're smelling because I haven't seen any humans around for like ever. So he, like, where's my dinner? So he just sat down and she brought him his dinner and he ate it, and he wanted some gold. So he asked for the chicken. And when the chicken came, she brought him the chicken, and he asked the chicken, she said, lay one of those golden eggs. And that's what the chicken did. And Jack was watching. He's like, oh my God, gold. Yeah. So what he did, it was that the husband, who was like really big and Jack was small, he fell asleep at the table after eating. You know how they go. So he went and he stole the chicken, right, and took it down to Beanstalk and all of that. And he was like, go to hell, mom. This is what I bought for you. This chicken will lay golden eggs, so we have gold. So the chicken did that for them, and they had gold, so they was happy and buying up everything and stuff. But Jack, he had visions and dreams of the big BBW that was up the Beanstalk. So he had to go back up there and get him some. So he went back up the Beanstalk, right? And she was delighted to see him. Yeah. She was really delighted to see him and all that, because she didn't think she was going to see him again. And she had plenty for him to eat that day. But once again, the husband came home. But before he did that, before the husband came home, Jack asked the woman when she was all in ecstasy. I think she was like kind of hooked at this time. And he asked her, how does her husband just get what he wants? And the woman said, oh, he's a co-creator of his world. And Jack had no idea what that means. Co-creator of the world, of his world? But yeah, he's the co-creator of his world. What he focuses on, he gets. So in other words, what he asks for, he gets. She said it's the same way on your world. Yeah. But many people just don't connect to the creator, so they won't be a co-creator. But on your world, it do take a little bit of time for you guys to get what you want because of the illusion of time that you guys made on your world. So here's come now where you guys, got this time illusion that y'all think that it takes forever for it to come. But, if you're a co-creator of your world, what you ask for, what you focus on, you'll get. That was good news for him. So when the husband came back home, fee, fi, fo, thumb. I smell a human up in this place. So, the lady, she had Jack hiding in the oven again, and same thing happened again. This time, though, the man was counting his gold money and all that, and Jack stole that when he fell asleep and went down and gave his mother the gold and all this right here. And they was doing it up. You'd think they would be happy ever after, but Jack couldn't stop thinking about what's up that Beanstalk. So he went up again. I don't understand why he couldn't stay away from the Beanstalk. He had all his friends coming around now. They was playing with his Nintendo. They was, playing pool. They had a pool now, and they had a lot of stuff to do. But he just couldn't take his mind off that BBW. I know, I know, I know. So he went back up that doggone Beanstalk, right? And so the same thing happened again because she enjoys the way that he devours his meal. She really enjoys that. So the husband came home. The husband came home, and this time, not only did Jack just eat his meal, he did a little bit more than that this time to the lady who seemed to be very alone and horny. So he was tired, and he didn't make it into the oven quick enough, and the husband saw him jump into the oven. So when he asked for his milk for his wife, he was like, I know what you've been doing. And she was like, what? And he ran to the stove and they closed the door and made sure that Jack couldn't get out and turned it on. And Jack died. Yeah, poor Jack. He just got too greedy. So pretty much what happened to his mother, because she was alone and stuff like that, but even though that Jack had gone and never did come back from the Beanstalk, his friends kept coming on, and they pretty much satisfied her. She was so happy now. Yeah, she was so happy. And that's the end. But okay, the moral of the story is you're the creator, co-creator of your world. If you were to connect to your creators inside of here, you can get whatever you want. Yep, that's the moral of the story. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. What? What? Bye bye. Bye bye. Love ya. Love ya.